Whoa. Welcome back, people! Episode 25! Oh, just make me look like an elephant. Today's episode, side casings. How I made them, what they made of, how much it cost, and what they come out like. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Yay! Episode 25, Silver Jubilee. Right, we're going to be doing side panels today, and hopefully we'll be doing the first startup after the rebuild. Hopefully all goes well. If we got chance and time, we'll get that in as well. So price board, we was up to £368.50. We're going to be using gel coat. I'll explain what these are. Fiberglass and paint. I already had these in the cupboard, so at the moment it's cost me nothing. So the grand total is still the same, £368.50. So let's pop into the other room. I can show you what we used and we'll go from there. Right, first of all, the way I made my side panels was I made molds of existing side panels. I'm lucky in the fact that I've already bought another CB project bike that already had the two side panels fitted to it. So basically what I've done is I've made molds of these and then made parts from those molds. So I've already got the side panels to take the molds of. What else I've used is a product called gel coat. Now this is for fiberglass, and it's like a thick paint. I did open the tin, but you can get it in different colors. Basically it looks like a thick paint. What you do, you mix in the proper percentage with hardener. You buy it as a kit, and then you paint that on your surface. When you fiberglass over the top, it leaves a gel coating, a white gel coating underneath, so you've got like a pre-finished surface. As well as gel coat, obviously I used fiberglass resin. I've run out of the hardener, but with a hardener, and the matting. Now the matting is just weaves of fiberglass, and it comes in big sheets. So disposable throwaway brushes, because once you do your fiberglass mixing you can't clean them out. You've got to throw them and it sets really quickly. The only other thing that I haven't got here now is I've lent it and not had it back, is to make the initial mold I waxed the good parts first with a mold release wax. Now I have seen online people have used Vaseline, spray release. There's all different products out there. I'm not going to tell you which one to use, which is because I don't know. I only used the one that I used. It was in a gold tin. I think it was Maguire's mold release wax. Like I said, I've lent the tin out, so I can't even show you the tin. But at least 4 coats of wax on your parts first, making sure that they're all smooth, finished. Wax them. I'll explain that as we go further, but basically what that allowed me to do was to make negative molds of the parts. See? So I covered the outside with a good 4 layers of wax, leaving it dry and then buffing in between. Once that had gone for a few days to cure, I put a nice coat of the gel coat over the top, waited until the gel coat was tacky, then I laid my fiberglass matting and the resin all over, left it all dry, and if you see, you can still see the sticker I've embedded in that's the gel coat, the white. Now these molds didn't pull perfect, I think because the parts were so old that some of the gel coat was trying to eat its way into there. But basically that is a negative of that. Can you see? So then once this had fully cured and hardened, I got some plastic wedges wedged in between, blew down in with an airline and popped it up. And I was left with a negative mould. I'd done that for both sides. This one's actually a little bit better. But again, you can still see the inlay of the sticker marks, but obviously in reversed. So what that allowed me to do then was I did a little bit of cleanup on these, and then again I give them at least 4 to 5 heavy coats of the release mold wax, leaving it dry in between coats, buffing it, another coat, dry, buff it. That in turn, I'll just grab the other sections. That allowed me then to make my own side panels. They're not perfect. The little marks, I had to do a little bit of filling and spraying, but basically that was pulled then from my mould, which was taken from the original. I put more, once I'd waxed, more gel coat, fiberglass matting, fiberglass, left it cure, pushed it all down, made sure there was no air bubbles, and then again plastic wedges or wooden wedges, being gentle to pry it, blow an airline down in, and that's the resulting part. Now yeah, you can see from the inside it's just fiberglass. It's not perfect, like I said, and what's missing is on the originals you've got the locating tabs which pop into the frame. So if I wanted, I could put those into mine, but I'm going to use metal brackets. You'll see that later on. But basically I went from an original, you move some stuff apart, to a mould, to one that I pulled out of the mould. If I get these in sequence so you can see, I went from an original, I made a mould, and then from that mould I made a copy. Like I said, not perfect, there's little bits here and there, but it's good enough for what I want. So I've sanded them down and primed them. These now are ready for paint, but obviously I want to put the 400 Honda sticker on them. So we'll go into the house and I'll show you how I make my own stickers. I'll be doing these black and silver lettering and numbers. So I'll be making stickers that I'll be peeling off. You'll see that as we work on them now. All in, I suppose, the gel coat and the resin I used was probably 25 to 30 pounds worth. But, and yeah, I could have bought replacement panels off eBay, but they were asking like anywhere from 20 to 30 pound each. But as it is now, I've got a master mold that I can make as many side panels as I want, basically, for 30 pound. So each pull I probably use about 8 or 10 pounds worth of materials for a pair. So I've made myself a pair for £10. So we'll jump inside the house now. I'll show you how I print the stickers out, and then we'll come back in and we'll go from there. Okay, so we've come into the house now. What I'm going to be using to print my stickers, apart from the computer, is self-adhesive inkjet printer paper, like sticky back plastic, and I'm lucky enough that I've got a portrait Silhouette Portrait Plotter. It's a bit like a printer, but instead of using ink and like a pen, it uses a tiny blade that cuts the stencil out. So I'll load up the program and then we can have a look at getting it set up. So I'll go over to Silhouette Studio. I'll put it on the tripod once we get going. Basically this opens up the operating system then ready. So we'll get rid of some crap. Right, so that's giving me a layout now with an A4 size piece of paper. There. So I'll stick you on the tripod and then we can have a look at how we get these printed off. A little bit difficult to get you in there and give myself enough room to do what I need to do. But basically I'm going to go over to my, this is the A4 size, I'm going to go over to my text tool, start my first box of text, and I'm going to pick a font which I know I've used before. Rockwell Extra Bold. I'll use that for the name. So I got caps locked. I'm just going to type in Honda. And that's it. I'm happy with that. So I'll just move him a bit more central. And then I'll do, next up will be the 400. So I'll go back to my text. Start another text box, but this time I'll use a different font. I'll use just a standard stencil for the 400. So I'll just move that down and enlarge him a little bit. Make this a little bit taller. We got an 1.5 inches by 4 inches. So I think I'll make the a little bit smaller. Now again, I'm not looking for factory stickers. This is custom build, so it's my own stickers. Right, so that basically would be it. I could load up my adhesive paper, set the plotter going and print that off, but what I want to do is I want to make a few copies of these in case I have any problems. So I'll go on duplicating these and getting the plotter ready and set, and you can have a quick look at it cut in and out, okay? Right, so we've got our design. I'm going to print off 3. We've got paper loaded up in the carrier. So let's hit cut and give it a go. So let's go in. As you can see, it's tracing the outline now with those letters and numbers. Take a few moments. So you can get in closer. The knife is lifting up and down. You might just be able to make out some of the letters if I can get you in close enough. So I can zoom you in. No, not yet. can see the program's running through. You can download different templates, shapes, patterns. Obviously you can cut vinyl with this plotter as well. I buy, if I can do this one-handed, I buy sheets of A4 vinyl as well if I want to make actual stickers for the tanks and the bikes. But this is just going to be a stick on, spray over and peel off, which you'll see what I mean once we get going. There you are, so that's done. So I can bring that out of the system now. Leave it fall on the floor. Bring him over to the table and then we can have a look at actually what we got. So if I bring you over to the window, show you in the light, maybe you can see it better. And just be able to make out, there you are, where it's actually cut the shapes out. And obviously because this is sticky paper, they effectively are stickers or masks. So if I can maybe just start to peel one with a little tool that I can show you. I can't find the weeding tool at the moment, so I'll just use a little knife. I'll just try and peel up maybe a letter just for you to see once you start getting them up. Now obviously I'll redo these and take more care and weed them out, it's called. Take them out properly. No, it's really tricky to do one-handed at the moment. Ah, there we go. So there, so now obviously that now is a sticker, and I'm going to stick that onto the tank, spray over the top and then peel him back off to leave the colour. But you can see if I used vinyl then I could have made stickers to just stick straight onto the tank, but I'm going to call it part one for now, as I got some other stuff I got to get ready first before I got time to finish off the side panels. But we're going to call this part one. Stay tuned, stick around, part two will be coming really soon, where we'll be getting the stickers on the side panels, getting all sprayed up and then lacquered. So thank you for watching, stay tuned and I'll see you pretty soon.